This is the question that I'd like to ask you. You did mention, after the referendum, Indonesia always tries to help Timor Leste. And we immediately develop a very good relationship. So I'm saying from leader to leader of Indonesia and Timor Leste, would you be proudly saying that this kind of relationship, Indonesia and Timor Leste, could be the example to the world?
Well,
despite
yes.
The conflict about the 2 decades.
Yes, absolutely. In 2011, I visited Israel, a state official visit, but I also insisted I wanted to visit Palestine. I went to Israel, and then the Israelis usually they don't like a visiting head of state simply crossing over from Jerusalem to West Bank, to Ramallah. And you have to go out to Jordan or Paris and then go to Gaza or Ramallah. I told the Israelis, I said, listen, come on, we are friends. And I want to go to West Bank, so let me just go. The Israelis agree. So I gave a public lecture in one of the Israeli national universities. I gave one in Ramallah universities, so attended by different people. And what did I talk about? I talked about primarily about Timor-Leste and Indonesia relationship. And the room in both Israel and Palestine, complete silence. And the message was for both Israelis and the Palestinians. I didn't make any comments about their particular situation because it's different. But I share the problems of the conflict in Timor-Leste with Indonesia and the post-conflict reconciliation. The room both went silent. So it's a powerful lesson, a powerful message for societies, communities in conflict. What we have done, and that's not one single person, Mr. Shadang, because of his great aura, charisma, he was a guerrilla fighter, charismatic, he was in prison 8 years in Sipedang. He said he didn't go to university, traditional university, but he went to Sipedang University. That's where he learned about Sipedang. So in Sipedang,
that's post cum laude, even more.
Yes, cum laude, yes. And he became very popular in prison. And one remarkable thing, it was the first time ever in history of any prison anywhere in the world when a prisoner is allowed to leave the prison to go out one evening to have a dinner with a visiting head of state. And who was that? President Mandela came to Jakarta in 97, I think, 97, and met with Suharto. And Mandela said, I would like to see Mr. Xanana Gusmão. And Suharto agreed. He was brought out of Sipedang to the guest house in Istana Merdeka for dinner with Mandela. How that happened? Well, I went to South Africa because I knew Mandela was coming to Indonesia. I went to see Mandela. That was before the Nobel Peace Prize. I was known to many people in South Africa, but I was not, I had no appointment with Mandela. And I arrived there, I told the ANC people, I need to see President Mandela. They said, well, he's very busy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I said, no problem, I wait. And no, you shouldn't wait because it could be weeks. I said, no problem, I'm not busy. Anyway, after I wait 10 days or 2 weeks, a phone call came, President Mandela, ready to see you. That was about 12 o'clock. I was 2 hours out of Johannesburg in a friend's home We rushed to Johannesburg. It was taken to the first floor where Mandela was, and taken to his bedroom. Mandela was in bed. He looked at me, he smiled. He said, "You were the one who said," he didn't know who I was. You were the one who said he wouldn't leave.
He didn't have any idea who you were.
He knew my name, but he didn't know. Never met him, me. And he said, "You were the one who said he wouldn't leave until you see me." And then he said, "I apologize, I'm in bed because I just came out of hospital." He had a knee operation. And he said, "I don't want you to waste time waiting for me. That's why I received you right away." Then I explained to him about Shanana, about Timor. He knew, of course, about Timor. And I said, "President, I know you're going to Indonesia. Please try to see our leader. He is in prison." We spoke for about 1 hour. Mandela didn't tell me to leave. It was the doctor who came. "Please, leave. The president has to rest." And then the president came. Sometime later, I got a phone call from Johannesburg. "President Mandela wants to talk to you. And give us a number, the president is going to call." And then I gave a number, I waited, the phone rang, it was Mandela, and said, "Your leader is a great man."
So he's referring to
Shanana.
Sanana Gusman.
Yeah, and then he said, "When can you come to South Africa again?" I said, "President, anytime you tell me, I go." He said, "Tonight." And that was in the afternoon. I said, "President, I don't have money, I don't have a ticket. I have to find money and a ticket." He said, "Just go to the airport. There is a ticket there, a seat booked for you to come." I flew again. And he explained then his meeting with Shannon. And he said he was very impressed. Yeah. So anyway, even with Suharto, you have to give concessions. No other dictator, no other ruler would do that.